Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to the Monogatari series. It is season 2, episode 22. And you know what to do. As always, go down into my descriptions, follow the link, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and enjoy the reaction. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear out my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, there's not so very much to say about this episode, but I mentioned some stuff during recording already. So, the one thing why I picked this picture here especially is, I mentioned that it feels like a very different kind of episode. It looks different to what it looks normally. So, one thing is we have the snow, thus everything is more white, is more black and white, which is very fitting for Kaiki, because his general appearance and the way that he is dressing and that he was walking around in the past was always very dark, always very black-sided. We had a bit of red in there as well, and now we have black and white, which reminds me a little bit of film noir and stuff like that. The coat he's wearing in this picture here is kind of the same, and it reminds me a little bit of like an old detective, so which is fitting because he's kind of trying to find informations to gather clues. So I don't know if it is something they wanted to have, but it feels to me a little bit like a Detective Conan or stuff like that episode, gathering informations, walking around the city searching for answers. And it's a different thing and interesting due to that. So, just wanted to mention. Then we have a little bit talking about Nadeko. I mean, it is about her all the time. And as it was said, she is as angry as she can get. I don't know if that's true. I mean, it's no question. She was angry when she threatened them, when she wanted to kill them, but I don't know if she's as angry as possible. But that's simply due to the fact that I cannot honestly say I really know a lot about her. We don't know exactly how she became like she is now. The intro, however, was very interesting to me because I've well, it's a problem when you see an intro the first time because you don't know what to put it into relation with. So it's good to see it a second time to see more details or to see things who are that are more important now that you know, okay, that it is what it is about. So I realized that there's a snake entangling a crab, which is very fitting. I mean, it's Nadeko entangling lost names. I'm very sorry. Senjugahara, indeed. So that was fitting. However, I speculated already in the last time when I've watched the intro that there is maybe like a time travel thing in the meaning of that we learn a bit of the past of Kaiki. And I'm still not sure. But in the intro we have two Kaikis. We have the current version, sometimes in the dress that he had last episode. And then we have a younger looking version, a more happy looking version, not so grumpy, which I think is him in the past. And then we have a purple haired girl, which sometimes is Senjugahara, and then seems to be someone else. So I think there is like a fallback into his personal past. As I said, I'm just guessing. It could alternatively be just the writers playing with us, playing with creating a couple here that doesn't exist out of those two, so they make him younger and her in a different version. But as I said, I don't think so. We were able to see a little bit of Nadeko's house and her family, which is a strange thing. Reminded me a little bit about the Hanekawa storyline. Parents that do not really know a lot about their own kid. I mean, she has her own room, sure, but it felt a lot like those parents do not really know very much. And they did not go into her dressing room, into her locker, the closet. So one might guess, due to the fact that they really didn't do it even when she was gone, and even when Kaiki kind of pointed it out, one might guess that she had powers already before. However, those are working. I don't know. I realized that the woman was wearing a necklace, which was, in my opinion, very prominent, because it was the only thing there at this moment which was a little bit out of the picture. It might be nothing, but maybe we will see one of those in the future. And they had a stag in the background standing as a little symbol. I guess that's not important either, but trying to look at details, they might be important. Kaiki, on the other side, I am not, in my opinion, I mean, I might be wrong, but it seems to me like they changed his appearance a bit. I remember him in a more sinister, more cut and harsh and dark way than he is now. Now he looks mainly old. He looks mainly old and used and kind of lived off. But that might very well be because we've seen him from the viewpoint of Aragi. So there he was the enemy. So maybe that's why. However, he realizes time on time that Hanekawa is someone important. And he didn't care about her the last episode, remember? She wasn't important to him at all, but she was mentioned multiple times now, and each time kind of showed that she, just in the comments, showed that she is someone who's influential and clever. So he thinks about her a bit more by now, so we will see. Maybe we'll have a meetup of those two. Yeah, and last but not least, we go for Nadeko herself. So he is visiting the shrine. I don't know if that's a clever idea. But it worked out at least this time. And Nadeko created, using her god powers, a new shrine. So, I mean, this is kind of an alternate universe we are watching here. Let's be honest, if there would be a shrine popping out of nowhere somewhere on a hill next to a city, we would know that. But it's a different kind of Earth, so it's fitting. There were some people, not many, who visited the shrine and they ran away. If she leaves the shrine the same way she did as with Kaiki, there's not so much of a surprise. I mean, it's already a tough thing to see that there is a shrine on the temple hill within hours. But then having someone jumping out who has snake hairs. It's one thing believing in God, it's another thing seeing God. I think no one is ready for that, and that's why they all ran away. Especially because she's kind of freaky, as we all know. As he learns, as Kaiki now learns. So he offered 10,000, which is 10% of what he got for this job. And is, well, I think he's kind of enjoying the conversation. He kind of pities her, I think. He likes her in a strange way, which I can understand. She's joyful there, so why not? And he is already interpreting and analyzing her deeper than we had it for the most other characters before. So you can see he is experienced. He already sees through a lot of her problems, her issues, and how she became as she is. And he said something which is very important in my opinion. He said it would be better for her to stay a god and not go back to be a human. So, I mean, that means she will possibly... it's... whose call is it to make, you know? I don't think it's Aragi's or Shinobu's. There are some people who are very experienced, like Kaiki or Shinomeme, so maybe it is his call to make, to say she's better off as a god. Why not? She's more happy, possibly. However, he wants to lure her. He wants to deceive her. So we will see how that works. I think he laid a foundation. He laid a stone there by being the first real visitor to her shrine, the first one to help her. He even said that the problems, he knows the problems why she doesn't get more visitors. So he could kind of offer like a solution for that. And by doing so, become more important to her. And then, by gaining her trust, possibly be able to remove the problem in the future. We all see. However, the question is how she would react to it. So she is completely weird in the way that she says that she loves Aragi but has to kill him. But she made this very interesting statement that if she doesn't request or doesn't need an answer to her love, then she can love forever, and by doing so, it will last forever. She will not have to worry about it again. It is a weird thing to do, but yeah, that's how she feels, kind of. So, oh yeah, and she doesn't like. She likes insults because she heard too much of praises of herself. Yeah, they can see that her circuits are completely different now. Whysoever. And the Kobita-kun was mentioned. I am not sure who that is. Maybe I missed it. But maybe you can point it out to me who that was. If it was a character we have met already. So for the next episode, I mean, you can't deny that Kaiki already made major steps. So he already learned a lot about her and made himself acquainted with her and the other way around. So I think we will have another episode with him and seeing if he can find a solution for the problem. I'm not completely sure, however, how. And thus he said it would be better if she would stay a god. He would possibly not cut her from her god powers, which maybe he would have options to. I don't know how good he is. But yeah, I really like it. I like the scene and the ideas that they bring in. And I'm still waiting for how the fact that our snail is gone will influence all of this, because I don't know it yet what this can help. However, next episode might bring more information. So that's it for this time. I hope you did enjoy it. I did. And until then, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.